Auto repos are up, but there's more than meets the eye. Hey everybody, Scott Walters, welcome to the show. Buckle up, strap in. We got a hard hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows, no sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Auto repos are up, but there's more than meets the eye. This is a really strange situation that we have unfolding. Just the other day, I'm driving down the street, doing my thing, and all of a sudden I hear a car alarm going off. Not uncommon, right? We've all heard a car alarm going off. This one was on the back of a tow truck going down the middle of a busy street with the car alarm ablazing. But it gets better or worse depending on how you look at it. See, this tow truck was an unmarked tow truck. Didn't have AAA on it, didn't have Joe's Towing on it, didn't have anything on it. It was a stealthy tow truck. And if you've ever seen a repo tow truck, that's exactly what they are. You own a tow truck. It's very stealthy. You're designed to blend in and come hook a car and get it gone. And that's what's going on. If you financed a car, you provided your place of employment and your place of residence. If the repo man comes after you, that's where they start, your place of employment or your place of residence. That is what's going on. I've shared with you before. I've had one of our subscribers, Tow Truck Terry, shared with us he is seeing a massive, like he is buried in tow jobs, basically repos. What they have typically is an app on their phone. It notifies them that there's a repo. That if they want to accept it, they accept it and they go hunt it down and try to get it, or they can refuse it. It's kind of like Tinder for repo guys. You know, they got an app. It alerts them if they want to accept it, they accept it. It's swipe right, swipe left, whatever they're doing. But the reality is this one gets a little more interesting because not only are car repos going up, and listen, the two biggest purchases we make in our life, and this is the challenge to people that drank the Kool-Aid during stimulus, went out and financed. I don't care what interest rate you got. If you can't keep up with your payments, you're screwed 3 ways to Sunday. That's just the way it is. Cars and homes. Those are I've sold both. Big dealership and big brokerage. I've done it all. Hated selling cars. Love real estate. I love it. Wouldn't change anything. Absolutely love it. And I'll continue to help each and every one of you watching today, whether you're buying or selling, what I believe is the smartest way to tackle this one as we navigate through post-stimulus. It is not looking good, friends. It is not looking good. The precursors are all there because the first thing that goes is the car. Then what happens? What goes next? Eventually the house. The house will, in fact, go. But here's the odd one. This is what I'm seeing now. We know the U.S. savings rate is at an all-time low. We know U.S. loan applications are at an all-time low. We know that U.S. debt is at an all-time high. We know we're breaking all the wrong records. Now, a lot of people that you're standing in line or come to a stop sign next to out there, or just people, your passersby, a lot of passersby that you come in contact with as you do potentially your daily business, they have no idea what we're talking about. No idea. Gas seems kind of high. Is gas prices going up? They don't know. They don't know the things that we're talking about. They don't know necessarily that the biggest purchase people make and they can't keep up with their payments are cars and houses. They don't know these things. They don't know tow truck carriers hooking cars left and right. They don't know these things. They're completely flying blind out there, friends. Unless you've lived through a boom and a bust cycle before, you probably at firsthand as a bill-paying adult, maybe even suffered a little blowback. You're minimizing the severity of this. My job is to help you guys understand people that are minimizing the severity of this either need to cheerlead these things or haven't lived through these things firsthand in a way that's allowed them to wake up. So congratulations if you're awake. But here's the thing I wanted to communicate today, one of them. See, this is a byproduct of overstimulating the all asset classes, dumping money into the economy, and letting us spend like drunken sailors, thinking somehow this is different. It's not different. It's worse. The blowback is going to be worse. So when this car was being towed down the street by an unmarked tow truck with the car alarm going off, guess what else was a newer car? It was probably only a year or two old. It was a newer vehicle, clearly financed to the gills, and it's gone. But it gets better or worse depending on how you look at it. Guess what was in the window of this car being towed? Uber sticker. This person had resorted to driving for Uber to try to keep up with their cost of living. People are getting second, third jobs trying to keep up with their payments. And that's why I've always said since the beginning of this channel, at least very early on, I don't care what interest rate you locked in for that house. If you can't keep up with your payments, it's disaster time. The interest rate will not save you. And I know a lot of the narratives are the health of the loans, stronger loans, and people are not going to come to market because they have those low. They're going to come to market. Believe me, I just saw a car being towed down the street with an Uber sticker that somebody's doing their best hanging on by their fingernails. Now, I don't know if they own a home, but I bet that they live somewhere, whether they're renting or they own. They're losing their house next. Chances are, percentage of likelihood, the odds are clearly stacked against them. And final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a real estate guy, wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understand the waters you're swimming in now. Shark infested. Repos are up. Welcome to the swimming pool. When you see repos spiking, guess what's following, friends? Homes. The two biggest purchases people make. I've made those sales both in the auto and the residential and commercial real estate industry. I see this thing coming. It's brewing. The perfect storm has been created to deliver yet another knockout blow that will, in fact, usher in recessionary times. All the data points are in. Historical data itself shows us every single time the housing market exhibits bubble behavior, they're going to have crash risk and ultimately crash at some level, at least when we have what we have now to pull from, to temperature check everything that's going on out there. If you're buying a home right now, you need to make sure if you're financing, your cost to carry the property is within its rent range, even if it's not a rental. If that means more money down, whatever you have to do. Now, I personally think there's certain areas you should stay away from with a 10-foot pole and certain areas that are going to be slightly insulated. If you're driving a car right now that's financed and you're having problems keeping up with the payments, take it back to the dealership now. Take your lumps, turn it in, trade down, do whatever you can to avoid a repo going onto your record. People are going to have repos and they're going to have foreclosures. This is the precursor, my friends. Anybody that thinks that there isn't a foreclosure crisis knocking at the door when repos are spiking and people are hanging on by their fingernails trying to drive for Uber because they don't want to let go of that car they were so excited to buy in the first place. This is what happens when people are spending money like drunken sailors during the stimulus era. They drank the Kool-Aid. Unfortunately, they're going to learn a very important lesson. And I'll be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, gonna love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.